sound of all of these mantras, the baby hears it. From the time the baby is conceived, the baby hears sound. And when the baby hears the sound, that's what molds the baby in the karma, in the mental brain. So what happens now is that all the activities, all the sounds, molds that baby into karma. And by knowing your birth date, I can tell exactly what your parents were doing at the time of the conception, of the gestation period, the 9 months. I can actually tell from your birth date, right? Of course, if you're Lakshmi, mom was thinking about money and so on during that time, or there was transactions for money and so on going on. But the whole idea is that everything gets molded in the womb of every person in this world. And every person is molded uniquely. Nobody has the same fingerprint. Everybody is unique. And so what happens that when the baby is being molded, it's what you eat, what you drink, what you say, where you go, how the sun affects you, how the moon affects you, how the planets affect you. So as whatever the mother is doing at that moment, how is she feeling at that moment, molds you into that person that you are today. So the planets, the moon, the sun, everything have an influence on that, and the earth and so on, the air, the water, the 108 elements, which we are the table. And so what happens now is that when we really look at a person, we're not looking at just that person because that person has a name Angela or a name Martha or a name Miguel or whatever. We are looking at the person who is now carrying all the qualities of the grandparents, the great-grandparents, all the qualities of the family. Everything that happened in the family is reflected in that person. And so that is why we tend to check it out in terms of, you can call it astrology or whatever it is, but the timing of everything is so important. You know, I don't call it astrology, I call it the light of life or the knowledge of life. And I don't believe that any religion can match that, because no religion can control that. You can't be born in one religion and say, okay, I'm different from that other person. You still have to eat, still have to sleep. You can't sleep in Indian or sleep in Spanish and wake up in English. So everybody is got the same qualities. They have to go through the same process because there's no religion in life. Life itself is a religion. Well, life itself is a philosophy. And so the birth of a baby or the birth of you took place among all the bodies of the nature. So nature is what controls you. So the greatest religion is nature. And so when you start to get into religion, you forget nature. In other words, you start to say, okay, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that, I don't believe in that, I believe in this only. Then you start to separate yourself from nature. And that's where you begin to get lost. So you have to be connected to nature at all times. Appreciate the air, appreciate the water. Thank God for clean water. You know, thank God for water at all. And some people don't get water. So now, the whole idea is that if you become humildad in front of the world, you bow in front of the world, nothing is missing from your life. Because you'll be happy that you see the sun every day. You have to see the moon every day. Now the moon and the sun affects your life as well as the planets. For example, the sun is what gives us light, makes you wake up in the morning, makes you go to work, makes you come home, makes you have a status in life. When you have a job problem, is because maybe the son is angry with you and is telling you, well, we don't want you to get up in the morning. So you have to tell the son, no, I want to get up in the morning. I want you to give me light. So therefore, give me my job. And so that's why we say in astrology, the sun affects the way you work, the way you status in your life, when you get a promotion, what time you get a promotion, things like that. The sun also is known as the one that provides heat in the body. So when your body is cold, right, that means also the sun is not providing enough heat, and so it's in an angle of your body that's not in harmony, right? So anything that's like lack of circulation, things like that is controlled by the moon. The moon controls your blood, just like it controls the tides. The moon controls when you get your menstrual cycle, when you get pregnant, when your baby gets delivered, because it's 9 months later. 9 months is 9 moons. Moon controls a month. So 9 moons later, that's when the baby comes, and that moment of time when the baby comes, that's a very important moment. That's important because at that moment, you take the first breath. So now the air comes into play. And the air now gives you life. So now if you have no respect for the air, of course, then you'll have bad air, and then it starts to stifle, and you start to have respiration problems. So if you have respiration problems, and you have circulation problems, you pray to the moon. Or you ask the moon, moon, please give me circulation. Please give me good monthly health, and so on. And then there's the Mercury. Mercury controls the mind and so on. So Mercury controls the mind of the mother's child, and also the mind of you. So depending on what time you were born and the day you were born and so on, Mercury is at a certain point, it will develop your knowledge. That's why some people are slow in school and some people are fast, because of the position of Mercury at the time of you took the first breath, or the time that you conceived. So Mercury affects the whole system of education, slow mind, and everything. And so we say, Mercury, please, connect with us through the goddess of knowledge. So usually when my babies were born, I of course knew the astrology. So I checked right away. And I said, okay, I tell my wife, Sita, I said, okay, listen, this is what's going to happen to the baby. It's going to be slow here, it's going to be fast here. And I told her, so listen, this baby might get angry at certain points and so on. This is the way you have to train the baby. And she did an excellent job, I think. They're all big now, 20, 21, over 20. But they have been given that teaching. They have been, whatever my wife was told by me to do, so okay, do this, because this is how the child is. She followed that and it worked perfectly. Right? We knew one was slow, we knew one was fast, we knew one didn't like maths, and one could read faster, and things like that. So we knew exactly what to do because of the planets. At the moment of the time, the planet tells you how that baby is going to be. So in India, when a baby is born, the first thing they will try to get a name from the guru, from the teacher. Because why? The name is going to create a vibration in that. It's like naming a company. If you name it AIG, you're in trouble. Or naming it Citibank, right? Why you know this? They have the eyes. Or Iraq, or Iran. You see the eyes? So you name the baby with an eye, and the baby starts to struggle. Right? Why can't you name it like USA? The U. Right? So the whole idea is that the name is now going to mold the baby. So that's why the name is so important at the moment of birth. So before they get the name, they have to see the holy person, the priest. And so the name is given And that moment of breath is very important, determines the name. And that name carries all the karma. That's why sometimes you have to change the name, because you're not going with the right karma. So when you change the name, you change the whole energy. You see companies change their name and they become bigger and so on. So the Mercury affects that. And then you have Venus. Venus, of course, is the goddess of love. We all know that from Greek mythology. But when Venus affects you, your love life gets affected. You don't have a good love life if it's negative, if it's a different energy, if it's against you. If it's for you, right? The planets can be against you or for you according to the angle of the energy when you were born. So when you were born, the planet is at an angle, a certain angle from your energy. Remember, if you draw a circle and you put a dot in the middle, that's you. You ever realize that? That you are the center of everything? Right? Forget about everybody else. I'm here sitting. The planets are all going around me. The sun, the moon, everything is going around me. Same thing with you. So each one of us is a center. So that's why we concentrate on the center of our mind and so on and so on. So Venus now controls your love life, and there's ways to, of course, we pray to Venus, and we ask Venus, Venus, please don't affect our love life. Please make our love life better. So we ask the Venus to stop the vibrations of that. So it's very important that Venus now brings us the best guy, best girl, the best person in our life, the best love in our life, right? Because Venus, if you're not happy with your love life, it's because Venus was in a bad place at the time you're born. So to make that better, you do things that will neutralize it, right? And we'll discuss a few things in a minute what neutralizes these things. But there are certain things that can neutralize it, that neutralize the effects of the planet, right? Because this way you can, it's like sugar and milk, milk and lemon. If you put milk and lemon, it spoils, so that doesn't work. If you put milk and sugar, it tastes good. So certain things match certain things in a certain way. So if you're able to find out what matches you, mostly with in terms of what connects with you in terms of love life, you can match those things and neutralize the effects of Venus.